With a half-turn, Monet extends an arm toward the chopper. A hand reaches out from the door and takes his wrist, and a young woman steps down into the patch of oscillating light. She is small-boned and lithe, with a smooth curtain of strawberry blonde hair falling midway down her back. A pair of oversized sunglasses obscures the upper half of her face. She is not a mistress or a too-young wife, but a daughter, I gather by Monet's protective manner toward the girl. Once on the helipad, she raises her arms and makes a pirouette, taking in the sea air as her father starts for the house. Her loose skirt, calf length, floats above her knees. When she twirls back around toward the bay, she goes still, and I follow the direction of her gaze. Charlie has reached the point. The mid-afternoon sun plays on his glistening skin, his ripped abs, his powerful arms. My son looks like an ad for a luxe beach resort with the well-wrought torso of a Michelangelo. The girl on the shore lowers her sunglasses to the tip of her nose. Her head tilts forward, her lips part. When she brings a hand to her chest, the effect is almost comical, causing her bag to slide from her right shoulder and drop to the crook of her elbow. So far, Charlie has taken no notice of his new admirer. He paddles along, oblivious to the gawking girl. The spell lasts until her father hails her from down the shore. "Eurydice," Daniel Monet calls into the silence. More sharply, "Dissy, come on." I watch as Charlie catches the father's summons, the girl's name. He turns his head and sees her there beneath the helicopter blades, now still. At first, Charlie doesn't react, long accustomed to female admiration, but this particular girl's attention does something to him, something new. Rather than preening or acting indifferent, he starts to wobble on the paddleboard and spin his arms, pretending to lose balance. After a few seconds of this act, he falls off the board and into the water, landing on his back with an impressive splash. The board bobs in place as Charlie strokes back to remount. He does a muscle-up and holds the difficult pose for a few seconds before deftly swinging himself onto the board and getting to his feet. With the handle of the paddle beneath his left elbow and his right arm bent at the hip, he theatrically flips back his hair. The girl, clearly delighted with his antics, starts a slow clap, prompting Charlie to spin his free arm like an old-fashioned vaudeville performer and make a goofy bow from the waist. Despite the lightness of the exchange, the silent interaction sets me on edge. These are not people to play around with. This trip was supposed to get us away from it all, a week of continued recuperation and some quiet, precious days with Charlie before he leaves us for UNC. As my paddle strikes the water, the air and heat squeeze in from every corner of this insufferable cove. I push out into the bay between the menacing signs while Eurydice Monet regards Charlie from the helipad. A current passes between them, electric, spiked, palpable. She is still watching as he reaches the rocky mouth, still watching as he skims across the inlet, still watching as he points out our rental house with a quick lift of his paddle, the purpose of the gesture clear. Apparently satisfied, Eurydice rotates away from Charlie. Her gaze rakes across my kayak. The young woman's attention lingers on me as her sunglasses lower over her eyes, the edges of her lips curled into an unreadable smile.